Dear friends, my name is M. Prasanth Sheth. I'm from Mangalore, and I've been collecting coins for last 30 years. And I've been collecting coins with various dynasties. Uh, uh, the prominent being the Ganga Dynasty, Kadambas, Kakatiyas, Cholas, and most of the Vijayanagara, these ways. I have started collecting Ganga coins from 2009, and I have completed almost 283 coins with various designs and various denominations. This has been meticulously collected by me from different auction houses, from different dealers, from different friends, from different collectors. So it made my collection a good collection. I have exhibited this for this year's auction and the exhibition also. So I would like to start a brief introduction about the Gangas. We know that Gangas had a longest regime, or maybe the longest rule, from 325 AD to up to around 1025 AD. So there were various rulers. I think there were around 20 Gangas were more prominent, as is shown in the map there. They were more prominent in the Tumkur, Kolar, this region, and they had a very long rule. So Western Gangas rules for almost 650 years. So there were totally 26 rulers in Ganga Dynasty. The names of the rulers have been displayed in the screen. So they ruled in different periods, and I think Duranita was one of the most prominent ruler. The Ganga dynasty rulers were very religious, and they promoted most of the religions. They built most of the temples here. I think the last temple was built by them was a Jain temple, that is Shravanabelagola. It's a 52 feet monolithic block, which was actually a gift by the Gangas to the people of this region. Now we will start regarding the coins. As per me, I have deciphered the coins in 4 divisions. The first being the tree branches above the elephant, and the second being the religious and other symbols above the elephant, and the third being the legends and ornamentations on the elephant, and the fourth one is necklaces and bracelets on the elephant. So this obverse of the coin has got an elephant in that. So there are totally 150 coins which I have collected, but in this the 43 coins, 43 variations are very prominent. So we can see different type of variations in the elephant sizes, elephant height, and all these things. So we can see I can show you. Barodila. So the third line, the last one coin is a very rare coin, which is very difficult to get. This I got it last year, and one above that is also a very good coin, which is less known to the people. So this was given to me by a collector, Mr. Chagan Raj. So these are the 43 varieties of Ganga coins which cater to 150 coins. You know, these are totally 43 numbers. So next we can come to the main subject, the elephant with 3 branches. This has got 11 images here. So we can see above the elephant different type of tree branches which are very prominent, and this caters to 31 different coins which I have in my collection. So there are slight variations in this, but this can be considered as a tree branches above the elephant. And the next comes as the religious symbols above the elephant. So the religious symbols are symbols like Shankha Chakra, beetle nut bunch, Ankush, Shivlinga, umbrella, floral design, fly whisk, petaled flowers, etc. in this category. Totally there are 45 different various coins in this out of the 150 and these are the prominent ones which we can see. So we can see, maybe in the first we can see the Shankha and Chakra, the second we can see the beetle nut, the third we can see Ankush, there are around 8 types of Ankush here. And then we can move to the third line, maybe the fifth coin shows us Surya and Chandra, then umbrellas here, different type of umbrellas. Now there is one more category called legends above the elephants. So in this we can see the legends, Kannada legends like Shri, Va, Da, Vu, Pada, Prati, Vaga, Pratha, Sa, La, Salaga, Bhuja, etc. in this category. Totally there are 49 different coins with various designs. The next comes the fourth one, the jewelry on the elephant. This has got around 35 or 43 numbers of coins, which says a different jewelry designs used in the elephant from the back to the stomach of the elephant. So there are variations like the jewelry lines vary from 1 to 6 jewelry on the elephant. It varies from a beaded chain to a plain chain to an interval chain to a twisted chain, a broader chain. So totally around should be somewhere around 35 varieties of total different jewelry designs in this. And in the second one, in the D2, we can see jewelry used on the neck of the elephant, the neck of the elephant. So on the neck we have jewelry chains varying from 1 to 4, and in some instances we can see jewelry with a chain with a bead in the center. And in one of the coin we can see a Om symbol, maybe the last coin, we can see a Om symbol in that. Next comes, this study is done according to me in a circular way from clockwise. So I have started doing the study on the coins starting from the head part to the tail part. Now this comes as an ear part. So you can see the ears of the elephant. These are adorned with the jewelries of different designs. So normally for the elephant, the ear is a very prominent part of the elephant, and normally every ear is been adorned with jewelry. You can see around 38 designs in this whole collection. So that one is of that Om what I referred to you just now. So in this all above 2 variations of ornaments adorned on elephants is a standard feature across the whole collection. Then next comes the jewelry used on the head part. So it varies from 1 to 4 lines, and it is having around 17 varieties. So the jewelry used on the head could be a plain chain, or maybe a beaded chain, a twisted chain, or combination of 3, and maybe it varies from 1 to 4 chains. So it's a very interesting part where you can see on the third line, the second one has got 4 lines of jewelry on that. So that way the whole elephant is been decorated, or maybe made ready for the public with the jewelry. Next comes the eye part. Next to the ear, next is the eye, where you can see a lot of blinkers here. So you can see different eye which is covered with the blinkers. There are around 15 images here. So so you can see the third line, the first one has got a round blinker, The second one has got a round blinker but smaller. The third one has got almost 3/4 blinker. The second line, the last one has got half blinker. So it all varies, the blinkers vary in designs and according to the size of the elephant. Next comes the tilaks used in the forehead. So here we have tilaks varying from 1 to 6 lines, and it depicts Vaishnavites, Vaishyavites and Shaivites. So normally the size of the tilaks are also different. They have in 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, up to maximum up to 6 lines there are. So you can see maybe some are straight, some are crossed. So a lot of variations in this. So the next comes the tusks. The tusks is actually what to say, it is an identity of an elephant. So there are tusks which are long and short, as well as even the tusks are being decorated with different rings, beads, stoppers, and various other designs. So we can see 2 rings together, maybe 2 rings apart, maybe a stopper on that, maybe a chain with 4 beads. So a lot of variations we can come across on the tusk part of the elephant also. Now this is a very interesting part. You can see the trunk is depicted as plain and shaded. So floral, you can also see some floral designs on front of the elephant, on the front of the trunk. So here the first you can see is a plain trunk. The second one is a plain one. The third one is a plain one. The fourth one is a shaded one. Fifth is a shaded one. Sixth is a shaded one. So there are different variations of shades in the trunk also. Next comes as a sugar cane. In this particular 3 images, you can see a peeled out sugar cane, a full sugar cane, where the elephant is been having or eating it. So you can see an opened and unopened sugar canes also. The second one is a full sugar cane, and the first one is an open sugar cane. Next comes, there are certain coins which have some good observations, like we can see coconuts, we can see lotus, and we can see laddu, etc. held on the trunk of the elephant. The first one being a coconut, the second being a laddu, and the fifth being a lotus. So you can see most of the elephants have with this particular observation. Then next comes the leg part of the elephant. So here we can see the legs are either plain or it is with jewelry, the bracelets around the leg. So there are different variations in this. There are plain, beaded or twisted anklets can be noticed here. So these are a very interesting thing, and the whole the jewelry part, actually it is from the top of the head till the leg it has been covered. In this particular thing we can see some objects which are placed on below the elephant. We can see some good lamps, we can see some bells. So these are the bells what we are looking around. So we can see some floral designs. So wherever the elephant is standing, we can see these type of objects which is kept below the elephant. So there are some handheld lamps, there are certain flowers, there are bells. Some bells are hanging on the back of the elephant also. Maybe the second image and the third image has that. So these are the other observations. These are the continuation of that. Now on the last part we can see the tail. The tail of the elephant has 6 varieties. We can see the tails either raised or hanging. So in the first one we can see it as a hanging. The second one is again a hanging. The third one is a raised one. The fourth is a hanging. The fifth is a different type of tail. So these are the observations of the coins with the various motifs and various things. Now, this is an observation of the obverse on the front part of the. Now let us move towards the reverse. So reverse floral design is an integral pattern it is always said by the authors, it has got a scroll design. So I slightly vary in this particular term as scroll designs, because you can see lot of peacocks and other motifs actually embedded in this whole coins. There are totally around 30 varieties of peacock. Out of my 150 coins, you can see lot of peacocks. So if you could see the first and the second, you can see it towards the right and towards the left. You can see a peacock with a lamp above that. You can see peacocks with the handled lamps, mashals. You can see peacocks with the lamps, a standing lamp. You can see peacocks with the Kannada legend Ka, and so a lot of things. So this is a very different observation what I had, and I just beg to differ that it is not a scroll design. It has got a perfect motif on the reverse also. Then comes, these are one of the great big different observation what I made for myself, which looks like a swan. So there are 6 varieties of swan in this. So you can see the swans towards the right. You can see, you can see a flying swan. You can see a swan. That will be the body part of that. The other side would be the neck part of that. So you can see lot of 6 varieties of swans in this. Then there are 10 varieties of parrots and birds. So here you can see on the first image, you can see a bird flying, the parrot flying. On the second, you can see a parrot sitting. In the third, you can see a parrot sitting. A fourth, you can see a parrot above the peacock. And in the fifth, you can see a flying parrot again. And then sixth again, it is a parrot and a peacock combination. So here you can, in the seventh, you can see a parrot sitting, and in the last one, you can see a bird flying there. It has been prominently put there. A bird is flying there. The last one. I have come across 2 coins which can say it as, it looks like a baton where normally maybe a god holds it, So you can see 2 types of variations in that. You can see 2 batons there on the end part of the coin. The next comes the varieties of lamps, mashals or handled lamps, deepa and so on. So there are totally around 26 varieties of these. So you can see the lamps very clearly. So that is a different lamp. So that is one very prominent one. The next one, towards left and towards right, you can see lot of variations of lamps there. So you can see a deepa here. You can see a mashal there. You can see a divatiga there. So there are so much of different type of lamps can be observed. I think the third line, the last one, is a very prominent one. Where we can see the lamp with the light. Same thing as the fourth line. The second one is also a different type of lamp. Then the next one. So these are the variations in lamps what I have come across. There are 2 varieties of Kannada legends at the back. One is slightly put 2 other, in 2 other variations. And you can also see on the scroll design, you can see the 7th one, you can see 3 variations of Om. So that Om is very prominently visible there. You can see Om very prominently visible. There are totally maybe around 20 coins which has this Om, and these 3 being very prominent. So there are 2 varieties of religious symbols in this, where we can see an Ankush as well as we can see a lotus buds. That the second coin has got full lotus buds on the whole scroll of the design. And the next one is there are 8 varieties of intertwined designs We can say it as peacock on peacock and lamp, parrot on peacock and lamp, lamp and lotus buds, shoots and lamps. So if you can see, this has got a peacock towards the right, and on the reverse, on the upper part, you can see peacocks, 3 peacocks intertwined with that towards the left. Similarly, the next one is vice versa. So, and being the 7th one has got just parrots and other things. So this is a very important observation. So, that is, you can see in my collection there, you can see it very closely. Now, this is a special observation of mine, where you can see on the obverse, we can notice elephants in various dimensions. Some are tall, short, matured, slim and fat. So the first one being tall, the second one being short, the third one being matured, the fourth one being slim, and the fifth one being fat. So you can also see the elephant's expressions and postures vary from aggressive to mild. So you can see the second line, the first elephant, it's very aggressive, it's very aggressive. The second one being very calm and very cool and very mild, stationed there. And you can see also on the third line, you can see the elephant with the raised head. You can see elephant looking straight, and you can see the third one, elephant bowed its head down. So these are the observations of mine in the pagodas. I have collected 150 pagodas, and each one is different, and each one is different in its own way, where there is a permutation combination of jewelry, and then maybe the religious symbols, maybe the number of lines of jewelry used in the elephant. So all this makes these type of total varieties. So the dimensions of the dimensions and the weight of the coin is, the weight of the coin varies from 3.77 grams to 3.95 grams, and the thickness of the coin varies from 2.2 mm to 2.85 mm, and the size of the coin varies from 12.7 mm to 14.75 mm. So, now the next comes the Ganga's coins varieties B. In this, what we have done is, I have bifurcated the variations according to my understanding as the jewelry used on the elephant, the first one being the plain, the second one being the beaded one, and the third one being without any jewelry on the head. So these are the images of the smaller denomination coins. There are totally around 110 coins of these, and I'm not going to explain much in this because most of the jewelry and most of the things what are there are the same as the bigger ones, the pagodas. So I'll just mention the dimensions of the coins. The weight of the coin varies from 380 milligrams to 410 milligrams. The thickness of the coin varies from 1.39 mm to 1.6 mm, and the size of the coin varies from 5.36 mm to 5.8 mm. The next comes the C category. Again, everything is the same, but only thing is the weight of the coin, the dimension of the coin, and the weight of the coin is 90 milligrams to 110 milligrams. Thickness varies from 0.8 mm to 1.1 mm, and size varies from 3.5 mm to 4 mm. Now, this is a very interesting coin which I came across some 2 years back. So we can say it as a plate specimen coin, as we can see the first coin having all the symbols what we have talked upon up till now. So we can see an elephant, we can see a lamp, we can see a peacock, we can see a parrot, we can see a lotus bud, we can see a flying bird, and there are so many motifs. And in the second, on the reverse, we can see an umbrella, we can see a Bhadrapita, we can see a wheel, we can see a Thoran, we can see Sri Chakra, we can see Swastika, we can see Conch, Shankha and Kalasha. So there are totally lot of motifs in this which signifies whatever the study I have done, it justifies the whole explanation. And in the second coin we can see elephant on the obverse, and on the reverse we can see a Devi holding a spoon, and on the sides we have 2 bowls. So I say it as Annapurneshwari. Probably that is my understanding. Now, these are the three coins which have started coming in recent days. Now, these are, one is a copper one and two are silver. One is towards the right and one is towards the left. Now, these coins have been coming to our collectors fraternity from last 3-4 years, and still a lot of things has to be ascertained regarding this coin. So, I think it will take a long time to assess and move further. So, this is the collection of mine, and this is the end of my presentation. So, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I can try to answer.
I just want to open my presentation.
Yeah.
We just heard a presentation by Sri Prasanth Sheth, sir. On behalf of Fankal Coin Gallery and on behalf of Bangalore Coin Exhibition, I request Mr. Murli Tantri to present a small memento to Mr. Prasanth Sheth.
Do honor, sir.